Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Hold on. Okay. How's everyone doing today? I hope you are all having an amazing day. Please don't forget to like this video on your way in. Like it now because you're going to forget to like it later. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Jovi Beauty. Please, and follow me on all my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, the Twitter, and all of them. Okay, so follow me and subscribe. So y'all, oh, so much has been happening. All right, so listen, I am also streaming live on what do you call it? Instagram. I figured out how to stream on Instagram. So hopefully that works because child, I've been trying to figure this stuff out. I hope, like I said, oh crap. Hold on 1 second. Okay, guys, my bad. I forgot my phone over there. Like I said, please don't forget to subscribe. Today we're talking about KATT Williams inviting Tory Hart, aka Kevin Hart's ex-wife, to tour with him. We're gonna talk about that. Yo, KATT Williams is not letting up at all, and I'm loving it. 2024, like I have been saying, is the year of exposure. People are getting exposed all over the place. Can one of the subscribers, one of the mods, just go on let me check. I just want to check to see if my if the audio is playing correctly on my Instagram, because it's supposed to be. Oh, they won't let me see. Just let me know if my Instagram is playing correctly. If you're in the chat, somebody in the chat. Hold on. Hold up. Okay. Somebody just let me know if the audio is playing correctly on Instagram. I had to mute it on this side, so I don't know how it's playing. Okay, or somebody from Instagram, if you could hear me, just let me know so I know. Again, we're streaming on all platforms. Well, we're streaming on 3 platforms currently. So y'all, like I said previously, today we're talking about Kevin Hart's ex-wife going on tour with KATT Williams after everything that has went down. I have so much to say about it. We're also going to be talking about Funky Dineva. Okay, thank you so much, Keisha. Keisha says she's watching on both and everything is working well. Okay, cool. We also will be talking about Funky Dineva, and he is saying everything he's feeling right now. He's the situation with Fox Soul, the situation with him not being friends with Tasha K no more, even though I never really thought they were really friends, but that's a story for a couple of minutes from now. His situation with Flame Monroe. I watched the video today. I was just like, what is happening? But you know what? I'm here for it. Okay, so let's do it. Before we get on with the rest of today's show, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now, because you already know you're gonna forget to like it later. Okay. Subscribe to my channel and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna drop this intro and we're gonna go ahead and get on with the rest of today's show because okay, guys, so should I put the article up? Let's put the article up so y'all can see it. I ain't put that article up in a minute. Hold on. So I can share my screen with y'all and y'all see what I'm reading. I'm reading this article from The Root. Okay. Let me check Instagram one more time. I just got to check to make sure everything is working. Okay. We're live streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. So follow one, follow all, just follow. So the article is, like I said, it's from The Root. It said, what a soap opera. Kevin Hart ex-wife has new relationship with KATT Williams. Hold on, I need to make this clear. Wait a minute. Before we even get into it. So we all know that last week, it was a week, y'all. Last week, KATT Williams did an interview on Shannon Sharp's YouTube station, podcast, whatever you want to call it, called Club Shay Shay, right? And he tore the comedians like Kevin Hart, not Bernie Mac. He praised Bernie Mac. What's his name? Steve Harvey, Chris Tucker. He was going in on everybody and was telling hard truths. Now, Cedric the Entertainer, etc., etc. Now, they've all come back. Ludacris made a song and all of that, child. They've all come back and, keep talking about, he had a fake Fendi, talking about a bunch of shit instead of saying flat out, everything he said about me was a lie. That's not true. It's not true. What he said was not true. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. No, they went and they started talking about everything from his Fendi jacket to him reading 3,000 books a year to how fast he runs, child. And what did KATT Williams do? He just continued on. I see he has another podcast, another interview with I forgot his name. I forgot his name. Here's another interview out. I have not watched that yet, but it seems like that will be interesting as well. KATT Williams is out here making names and doing things. And one of the things he is doing, come to find out yesterday, after Kevin Hart went on some ESPN show trying to make jokes about the whole situation instead of actually addressing whatever KATT Williams said, right? And I get it. You're a comedian. You don't want to act like it's that serious. You want to try to make jokes about it. But, the reality is y'all are hurt. Y'all are hurt because every last one of y'all tried to come out and insult him and do all of this shit. And it just ain't looking how you thought it was going to look. It looked like I was triggered and now I'm trying to react, right? So in the name of being a petty ass motherfucker, which I'm not mad at, because if you want to try to drag me, oh baby, we gonna drag together, okay? KATT turned around, and again, I got the article I'm about to read in a second. KATT turned around and hired Kevin Hart ex-wife Tory Hart, who is also a comedian, the gag, right? Who is also a comedian, to, I guess, open up for him on some parts of his tour. Now, I'm gonna read this shit, but I just want to say that it's shameful that you want to say Kevin Hart has all of this, he has all of this power. Cool, great, but he could not even put Tory, his ex-wife, on or help her in all the years after he used her, allegedly used her, because she's the one apparently who was the really funny one. She's the one who used to write his jokes and all of that, according to both him and her, right? Couldn't even help put her on to help her get a little mini comedy special. Nothing, okay? It took KATT Williams to do that for the mother of your children. I find that, I was going to say funny, but these niggas don't ever want you to do better, especially after they left you. They want you fucked up and struggling and dependent on them if they can pull that shit off so they could try to control you, okay? And she ain't here for it, and shout out to her. So let's go back to the article now. So, what a soap opera. Kevin Hart ex-wife has a relationship with KATT Williams. Tory Hart, who is also a longtime comedian, announced that she is joining Williams on his highly anticipated Dark Matters tour. Is Katt Williams being messy? Does Tory Hart want to embarrass? Hold on. Y'all don't need, let me just look at my pretty face for a minute. All right. Is Kevin Hart being messy? Does Tory Hart want to embarrass her ex-husband, or do Williams and Tory generally want to do a show together? Either way, the timing of the collaboration is interesting. It's interesting as hell, okay? But oh well. As we all know, Williams absolutely eviscerated all of his competition during a lengthy sit-down interview with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay Shay podcast. Among the comedians he went after, Kevin Hart was one of them. When speaking on Hart, Williams went on an entire original. These writers are fucking hilarious. Williams went on an entire origin story claiming that he was an industry plant. He stated in 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There being a line for him getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deal when he got here. What do you think a plant is? That's so funny. Hart responded on ESPN, what I was telling y'all about last week, with a little sarcasm by suggesting KATT exaggerates. Another fun fact about the New York Knicks: KATT Williams bought the Knicks. It's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt. He later added, known fact, KATT Williams has an NBA basketball court in his living room. He's the first to embrace a true hardwood floor. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have beef. That's what it says. Okay. Instead of firing back with words, Williams just got Hart's ex-wife Tory to join him on the Dark Matters tour. While it might sound like a random collaboration, Tory is an accomplished comedian in her own right. On Monday, Tory posted on Instagram, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, come see me live with my good friend KATT Williams on the Dark Matter tour. Okay, and she posted a picture of her and Williams, which is a nice picture. Okay. The two have been firing shots at each other for a while now. If you recall, during an interview on the Breakfast Club years ago, Hart had some harsh criticism for Williams, saying he needs to take responsibility for his actions. Either way, if you have a plan of attending the Dark Matters tour, you could be in for a show by two people who are not very fond of Kevin Hart. Ciao. Listen, like I said, we are streaming on Instagram, we are streaming on Facebook, and we are streaming on YouTube, of course. Okay, this is hysterical. This is hysterical. Okay, can I just say this is hysterical? Because this is what you do. It is shameful. It should be embarrassing, but I guess a lot of men don't embarrass. I don't know. Well, maybe his ego. This tapped into his ego. It took the man who don't even like you to hook your ex-wife up, who people think you allegedly used. You took all her jokes from her. She helped you get to where you were, and then you left her for the wife he has now, which KATT Williams said were, all of them were married to a bunch of funny looking light-skinned women who don't talk. And that's kind of who he's married to now. So the joke actually wrote itself. Okay. I actually think this tour is going to be great. I think Tory is probably going to come up drastically, behind this tour. It should have been Kevin who had enough decency to hook her up and put her on. But from what we know about Kevin Hart, and he does not seem like a decent person to me. He doesn't seem like a decent person. It came out that he attempted to set up his best friend for, what's the word? It's the word with an E. I can't remember the extortion. Try to set up his best friend for extortion. He ran somebody over allegedly like a year or two ago while he was reckless. No, he didn't. He crashed the car with two people in the back while he was recklessly driving, I don't know what happened, but apparently he paid them off, paid to act like the white guy who was there was driving. That's what people are saying. Again, I wasn't on the road. I don't know. But Kevin Hart does not come off like a good person. I feel you. You can have all the $40 million in the world that you want. But that's what they say he got. I don't know. I ain't in Kevin Hart pocket. 400 million, 40 million. I don't know. But that's not what we are discussing right now. We are discussing the decency, what kind of person he is. Okay, that's what people are discussing right now, what kind of person he is. And it says a lot of you, it says a lot about you as a person, that your ex-wife, you are a multi-millionaire, right? I feel like if Kevin Hart was taking care of his responsibilities with her the way he should have, because he's the one who left. I always believe if a man leaves a woman, if a woman leaves a man, whatever, shit, but if a man leaves his wife, you cheating, you leave your wife, you need to make sure she is taken care of. You destroyed and left your family for bullshit. So you need to make sure she is adequately taken care of. And if she was adequately taken care of and it wasn't she would not have taken that spot. She wouldn't even have thought about it. She'd have been too good, laid up, living her best life, because her ex-husband properly takes care of her. But it seems to me like Kevin is probably being Kevin. Wasn't he out here trying to sue Tasha K like 2 weeks ago? I don't even know. They talking about he mad. He really going after TK now because he's really mad at KATT Williams. Fuck around, KATT Williams gonna go on Tasha K show. But yes, he was driving drunk, crashed, and and then made the guy, allegedly the white guy who was in the back seat, took the fucking blame for it. I think they were crippled. I'm not sure, but I think they were crippled, because Kevin Hart got the whole situation hushed. I think this is funny. Like I said, 2024. I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying this since last year, y'all. If y'all been here, y'all know. 2024 is the year of exposure. People are being exposed. People are being exposed left and right for their horrible behavior and for the horrible human beings that they are. Okay. And this Kevin Hart time, it is a lot of these comedians' time. It is what it is. A lot of people, it is just the 10th. It is just 10 days into the year, okay? And we have about 355 more days of foolery, and exposure to happen this year. So I'm waiting to see what occurs, all right? So that's it with Kevin Hart for now, because this shit ain't over, child. But before I go into our next topic, hold on. What's this? Okay, hold on. I'll deal with that later. Before we go into our next topic, I want to shout out to I want to shout out to Ayana. Ayana sent me $10. So I want to shout out to Ayana. She cashed at me $10. I appreciate you so freaking much. Like you said, please don't forget to like this video, no matter what platform you might be watching it on. If you're watching it on Instagram, if you're watching it on YouTube, like the video. I'm really watching the comments on. I don't think the Instagram comments come on here, so I'm really watching the comments on YouTube. I'm trying to click back and forth to make sure I see whatever comments are on Instagram as well. Instagram is trying to get into this whole streaming thing. So, and I finally figured out how to work it without it the volume going back and forth. Anyway, now let's talk about Funky Dineva, child. So, where are we? Hold on, I want to see. No, okay. So I was minding my business this morning. Okay, I was like, okay, we're gonna go live. I was like, I'm gonna talk about Kevin Hart and his wife because the fuck, you know? But then I've been seeing, you know, Funky Dineva, he left Fox Soul, which we spoke about last week. Okay, shout out to y'all. My weekend was crazy. Can I say that? My whole weekend was crazy. My house had like 1 million people in here. We had a christening, and everybody stayed at my crib. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was a lot. You know, it was a lot. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. So that's what I was up to. But in between of being up to that, I saw that, you know, Funky Dineva left Fox Soul, right? Which is understandable. He said that he left over money issues, and because he was having issues with somebody who, I'm gonna assume, people are assuming it's Claudia Jordan, which it probably is, but it might be Al, child. Who knows? But nonetheless, he left Fox Soul. Good for him. You know, he said he left and he's coming back to YouTube. And I've seen he's been on YouTube. He's been showing them that, listen, I create this content. I can get as much money off my content as I can get from y'all. And I don't have to deal with the bullshit of y'all. Right? Cool. So Funky Dineva been on, you know, back on his YouTube channel, pumping out content as he should. Ain't nobody hating on that. Get your content out. But, and however, child, listen, I watched the video. I think he made it yesterday. He was talking about Tasha K and Flame Monroe. How the fuck? But listen, I keep saying this, but I don't understand. And then people were saying like, oh, I think it was Wiley. I saw a video of Wiley like, Funky Dineva ends his relationship with Tasha K. Like, I don't ever think they really ever had a relationship, like a friendship or anything like that. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I like Funky Dineva. He cool. You know, he has some takes that I'm not, you know, that I don't align with. But there's a lot of people who have some takes I don't align with. Everybody, you know, ain't nobody just like I have takes that everybody doesn't align with. Everyone isn't on the same. Everyone doesn't think the same, basically, through experiences, whatever's clever. Nonetheless, they were out here talking because apparently, I'll tell you what happened from what I heard Funky said. Tasha K called him. Now, you know, Tasha K is Tasha K. She got some debt and she need to pay it off. So she need to run these views up. Okay. So Tasha K called him the day before or whatever, and was like, oh, I'm doing an interview with Flame and I would like y'all to talk and squash your beef. Okay. I don't know if it was all genuine. I don't know if she was just trying to, you know, get her clicks and her views, because she got that $4 million to pay off. And from what I heard, Kevin Hart trying to sue her too. So she got to run these views up. Okay. Listen, we got to run these views up. Don't forget to like these videos. Like my video, like all the videos that you watch, like them videos. Subscribe if you like the content. Okay, cool. We gotta run it up. Anyway, so she called him and was like, "Oh, I want to talk to you with Flame. I'll see y'all squash your beef." Funky Dineva was like, "Oh, I ain't got no beef with Flame. I said what I said. I guess." Okay, so I guess on Fox Soul, Funky Dineva said, and again, a lot of shit is said on Fox Soul that I don't agree with, but nonetheless, Funky Dineva said, and I think it has something to do with the T.S. Madison situation. I don't remember, because there's a lot of shit that's always happening. So, because Flame Monroe feels like transsexual women, trans women aren't women, like a lot of women, like a lot of people feel like. And even though he dresses up as a woman and, you know, whatever, he still recognized the fact that, like, he's a man, he's not equivalent to a woman. No, he don't want to be fighting a woman, because at the end of the day, he still has man strength. Shit that most women think, right? But most, I guess, trans men think this shit too, but I don't know. Most trans men don't necessarily think that way, or most gay men. I don't know how it go. Anyway, so he felt a way about something Flame said, and he was like, I guess maybe Claudia was throwing out the idea of maybe Flame Monroe coming on their Fox TGIF. I think that's what they called it, right? That's what they called it. Anyway, the idea of Flame maybe coming on, and he was like, oh, Flame ain't coming on here while I'm on here, et cetera, right? So he left the show for money issues appearance. That's what he said. Maybe he's having issues with people in the back, probably Claudia, probably Al, probably a producer. I don't know. I wasn't there, okay? But nonetheless, he could make more money on YouTube, okay? He running up these views. Let him make the money on YouTube, and he ain't gotta deal with other people. You know, our own content is our own content. What I do is what I do. Ain't nobody can tell me what I can do on this YouTube channel except for like curse too much, and you know, YouTube will restrict it or whatever. But nonetheless, views basically. So Tasha called him. He was like, I ain't gonna beef with him. I just don't agree with him. I just think he basically was like, oh, he just sides with the straight people too much. Okay, cool. Whatever. And then he was like, she called him back the next day and with Flame on the line and was trying to have them have a conversation so they can like squash whatever beef, even though Funky is saying he ain't got no beef. So, and he said it went left for him when Tasha wanted to record the conversation. But I think Tasha K has said numerous times she records all conversations, and at the end of the day, she's gonna use it as content. Like Funky Dineva, if he had some shit, he would use it as content as well. But again, okay, fine. So he decided he didn't want to have that conversation. We was fine. We was cool. I didn't see any problem with it. You didn't want to have the conversation to begin with because you feel how you feel. At the end of the day, you feel how you feel. Flame feel how he feel. So there really is no conversation. There is no line in the sand to draw. There is nothing. You over there, I'm over here. We don't even know the same people. Like, and I do comprehend that point. But like when people were like, oh, you know, he seemed upset with TK and all of this thing. I just feel like I remember I never really thought Tasha K and Funky Dineva were like friends. Like I had this conversation with my daughter yesterday talking about the difference between friends and acquaintances. I think she's starting to really comprehend what I'm saying because, you know, she didn't want to go to this event or whatever. And she was like, I don't like the people there. And, you know, it's like, it's not about the people there. It's about the opportunity. And you're going to miss an opportunity because you don't like, it's like, you need to understand everybody is not your friend. Right? We've had this conversation many times. Everybody is not your friend. Your friends, you should be able to count on one hand, maybe two, depending on how you are. But like all them other people are like, in my opinion, acquaintances or like work colleagues. In my opinion, Tasha K and Funky Dineva, they're not really friends. They're associates. You know, they're work colleagues. I recall a couple of months ago when Funky Dineva tried to insinuate that Tasha K was in, and I think he was one of the people who jumped that whole conversation off. I don't remember correctly, but like tried to insinuate that Tasha K told him. And Tasha, please stop telling people these things. If you even, anyway, but I think Tasha K smart enough not even to say no shit like that to somebody. But I would hope she's learned from her situations with a lot of these other creators, right? But he was like, Tasha K told him that she was in Africa hiding her money, you know, but you ain't hear from me. Some messy bullshit like that. Like, you're not my friend. I don't consider you a friend if you are out here trying to do something or say things like that, because now I look like I'm committing a felony. We're supposed to be cool. We're supposed to be cordial or whatever. Even if I did say that to you, why would you be on a whole Fox network, regardless if it's Fox Soul, Fox 5, I don't give a fuck. Why would you be on anywhere? YouTube talking about if we're friends or whatever, talking about I told you that I was committing a fucking federal crime. That's crazy to me. So from then I thought they were like, you know, I always thought they were work acquaintances, nothing more, nothing less, not that deep. Again, there's a lot of people on here, you know, we're acquaintances with. There's a lot of people in life that you are acquaintances with. It ain't no smoke, it ain't no beef, it ain't no nothing like that. But we just don't have the bond and connection, right? Necessarily to say that I will call you my friend. right? There's a million fucking people that, I may be like, hey, or I may know their name or see them once in a blue, but I don't know shit about them. I don't just, like, you're not, even if I knew a little bit about them, or I might tell them a little bit about me, that don't mean that we're fucking butt buddies, right? We're not fucking, like, y'all understand what I'm saying. Anywho, so I don't really know. I've never really thought they were friends. So this whole, oh, he don't want to be friends with her no more situation, like, I don't really think they were friends to begin with. Honestly, I don't really think they were friends to begin with, and I think Funky Dineva, I like his content. I watch his content. Off when he be making content, before he was on Fox. So I watched him at least 2-3 times a week, right? So I watch Funky Dineva. I find him entertaining, etc., etc. But I don't agree on certain things that he thinks. But again, we all don't think the same. We live life differently. We have different experiences. I think he has some issues with women sometimes. But again, a lot of men out here have issues with women. Look at the internet to figure that out, right? A lot of men out here have issues with women. They take out their upbringing or whatever the situation on every other woman in the world. And I think that he's allowed to he's allowed to have his own opinion. I don't necessarily have to agree with it, but am I sitting here arguing with his opinion? That's his opinion. If he want to feel like, we had this discussion before, calling women fish and all of this shit. It's the women who sit up and like watch him. If they think it's cool and they want to watch him, that's cool. If they want to sit up and act like trans women are women, okay, we are all allowed an opinion, and a lot of other people believe the opposite, right? So it is what it is. That's how I feel. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I'm just checking Instagram real fast. Okay. All right. Don't forget, hey Bree, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe. So I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to go through these comments really fast. I'm going to drop the link on both Instagram. Okay, I dropped the link on both Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm thinking I might switch Facebook out next time for Twitter. We'll see how it go. Anywho, so yeah, I'm going to get into these comments. I'm going to jump on Instagram first, see their comments, and then I'm going to jump into the overall comments, overall Facebook or whatever comments, because Instagram don't have that many comments. I hope you were all having a great day. I'm having a beautiful day. I'm less stressed out. Like I told you, we had a fucking baby shower. We did have a baby shower. I wasn't even able to make it. It was so much shit going on this weekend. I told y'all my mama came Friday. Like, it was so much shit. I was sleeping on fucking blow up beds in my own. Like, it was so much shit. When you have a house full of people and your house can't fit all these people, that's what I was dealing with. I did, and at least I liked everybody that showed up. I'm going to say that. At least I liked everybody that showed up, because if I didn't, it would have been a real hard pill to swallow. Hi, Dreamer.
Hi, Jovi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Girl, last time I was on here, they ate me up in the comments, but I don't
They
care.
did. They
I
did.
don't
But
care.
I love you. They did. They ate you up,
They
though.
was eating me up, but you know what I had to say? It's just like you said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you can't take what they say or anything to heart or whatever. But I just wanted to touch on this kind of like this Flame Monroe versus Funky thing with the Tasha. I there's so much I can say about Tasha. I love Tasha as far as she's great, right? She's great for YouTube. She's great for the space, but she has to learn you're not everyone's friend. That's the friendly Pisces in her.
Yeah.
With like everyone said about me last time I was on here, oh, Pisces have Aries placements and they're not lying. We do. And the problem that Tasha is going to have is every time you make a new friend or you make a new YouTuber friend or you think you want to mentor people, stay out of that. Just make your content. Just
Yeah.
make your content and worry about yourself and worry about what. Stop trying to get these new girls on. Stop trying to, I see she has this really good thing, and I love Bondi, and she's now on this Bondi thing, and I just don't want that to go away. It's a lot that I'm seeing that I know Tasha wants to open up her platform to many people, but sometimes you just cannot do that.
Yeah.
And but what I have to say about Flame, Flame to me has always been very weird. Like I love Flame. I do like, I don't know if he likes to be called a he, or I'm not sure what his pronouns are, but I do prefer most of his stances on how he feels about transgenderism and versus cisgendered women, if we use that for the scientific word terms or whatever, as we will. But what I do have to say is I do think that there's a part of Funky where Funky talks about when he has issues with Flame on Fox Soul. I do understand it. Sometimes it's a little bit too derogatory.
Mm.
Sometimes Flame is just so anti, these people need to understand who they are and what their position is, that he almost is like, I don't know if you would like an anti-hero almost. It's like
Okay.
he's like an anti-villain. He's almost like, like a Venom, where what he's saying is true, what he's doing is true, what he's trying to say, but it can just be sometimes on the scale of, you can say something so far that does put, you know, those people at risk in some type of way. And it's not
Okay.
saying that you're wrong, because it's like the same thing that just would happen with Taraji and how everybody's flaming Vivica Fox because Vivica Fox didn't want to really say something, but she like, sometimes what you don't say or how you say something can also give people ammunition to say, well, F what Taraji said. She ain't really telling the truth. She ain't really about her business.
Hmm.
When we've heard, but the reason why we can say, okay, Vivica could be right, but you said it a little way, because we've heard Viola Davis say the same things. I think that's what Funky is trying to kind of convey
Okay.
about what Flame says. And but I do agree with a lot of stuff that Flame says. Transgender women are not women. You are a woman transitioning. You are a person who was born of one gender and is transitioning to the next gender. And I accept you as a woman and I see you as a woman, but I also know that there are terms and stipulations to that as well.
Mhm.
So I think that's just kind of where and I do agree that like Funky, as far as him putting the like turning the phone off on Tasha and them, it's like, yeah, I do agree. Like I may be in beef, but I may be in stuff because of stuff I stay on Fox Soul, but I ain't gonna be on no regular low vibrational YouTube beef.
Yeah.
Especially, and I believe I do remember what you said when Funky said that on Fox Soul. I believe what he said was when he said, "Well, I just got off the phone with Tasha K, and she just explained to me how, but because of the legalities of everything and things that she got going on, how she ain't gonna be paying Cardi, and how that's gonna like pan out in her favor." Which I thought, like, okay, I mean, y'all probably did have that conversation, but like a man of you know his personality, it's very easy for them to slip into saying stuff because they don't have no filter. And I try to tell my girlfriends that all the time. I had a friend call me. She had a issue at her job with a man who was gay. And
Hmm.
I told her, I was like, you have to understand sometimes how they are. They can flip the switch just as quick as they were your friend.
Yeah.
So also remember that. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just kind of innate in their nature.
Hmm.
And I think that Spunky didn't say it in a way in which he wanted it to be out like that, but it's just in his nature because of the flamboyancy of who he is and just his attitude and his demeanor. And I think they're both phenomenal YouTubers. But I did have to say that I do agree with him when it came to, like, don't call me about all of this weird low vibrational to try to make me pan out. You can't pan out. You can't stop me and somebody from not seeing eye to eye if I just don't.
Yeah, that's
Don't.
true.
And Tasha called with the intention of it to be messy. She can say what she want to say, but she called with the
She
intention.
needed to get those clicks and those
Exactly.
motherfucking views.
And I totally understand her for that. And you know, this is just this is gonna be a year to remember. I feel like it started out with a bang. And Katt Williams said what he had to say, and a lot of people are mad at Katt. We also didn't talk about that. A lot of people are mad at Katt because Katt was saying what he had to say, and he was telling the truth. Now, was there a little bit of exaggeration and sprinklation in there? Of course, he's a comedian. But at the same time, I do agree. Kevin Hart should have put Tory Hart on. If you were going to leave your wife for the exotical Jamaican girl, because I'm Jamaican and I could tell you that's an exotical Jamaican. That ain't the regular, that ain't the, not even like the regular Jamaicans, because that's just ignorant for me to say, but it's just like, that's not a black Jamaican person of African descent. That is that is what we call in Jamaica a coolie.
Yeah.
And if you were going to leave your wife for somebody better in your eyes, the least you could have done was put this black woman in a position to never have to say anything. Look at what Tiger Woods did for his little sprinkled pasty lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He may have cheated on her and mollywopped her all through their marriage, but he made sure that she don't never got to come out and talk against him.
Yep.
Men don't know how to do that, especially, and I want to say that it's especially, I would have to say, a lot of Black American men who grow up with this idea that once you're and that when they're with the woman and once you're done with the woman, you can just kind of move on from her. And it's all the other men of the other either cultural ethnicities or different races who put their women in positions to be comfortable, even if they don't want that said woman anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like African American men tend to not know how to do that, and they need to get, I don't know, somebody got to do courses for them, $9.99. If the manosphere needs to really dedicate themselves to these types of men, these African American men who are just out of control out here doing whatever they think is okay. And then now look, every time, whatever you do will always come out to the light.
Yes, it will.
And these men recognize that all the time. It's like they don't recognize it because they think that they're above.
They think they're above it. Yeah.
Reproach. And I love how 2024 came out with a bang. I love how Katt Williams talked about how y'all was all hating on Bernie Mac, and Bernie Mac was the funniest out of all of y'all. And he was funny, and he stood on business.
Mm-hmm.
He stood on that business. He made sure he wasn't doing. I saw a video of him the other day on Instagram. Bernie Mac, they tried to let one of the kids sit on Bernie Mac's lap. He said, that ain't my kid. They can't sit on my lap. Let them sit. We taking the picture. They can't sit on my lap. Because a lot of these actors and Hollywood celebrities and people are over living above their means and doing creepy, weird stuff.
Yes.
To stay relevant and to stay looking. They said Ludacris in the Illuminati. Ludacris come out rapping. Baby, you in the Illuminati. That's what you do.
That's what he just confirmed it for everybody. He made a whole rap about a nigga he apparently don't like in a day.
You out there, you do that, and this is what, and all of that stuff they was talking. Shannon Sharp over there gasping with his tongue all big in his mouth. He can't even get words out. Because he's so flabbergasted that Katt Williams came and told the truth, nothing but the truth, and put the truth out there that these people are selling their souls. People are asking to do for sexual, men who we think are straight men are asking other men for sexual favors. Y'all think Michael Jackson was on that Epstein list? Y'all keep saying, I have a ton of people keep arguing with me. They was lying on Michael. Why he was on that Epstein list then? Why you friends with this type of man? You know what this man do. You can't tell me y'all don't know what be going on in this industry. Y'all get it?
And we about to know even more.
And Taraji, speaking on that a little bit, my issue with her is, baby, you just don't want to sell your soul, but you also don't want to say that. Because if you're not where you want to be financially, what I really want to ask a lot of these celebrities, what's your finances look like? What are you investing in? What are you doing to the point where you have to work so much harder? And I get like working harder because of the white man. We know all of that. But as are you a multimillionaire? What are you? I'm asking this question for myself. I'm so confused nowadays about like, are you getting paid $100,000 and you just taking that? And when Monique was out here talking and saying what was going on, why weren't we rallying behind her? I know I was.
Mm.
Because if you're Taraji P. Henson and you and Monique was out here talking about what was going on, why weren't you with her talking about what was going on?
Mm.
Why weren't these big artists saying things about this? And I feel like it's let's not get into fat phobia and all of these different things that goes along with why we probably weren't seeing people rallying behind Monique. And not to say Monique ain't weird, because calling your man daddy a little weird. But there's things that go down with that. But at the same time, like, she was saying all the stuff Taraji is saying now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I think that when it comes to this media thing, I think we're seeing the veil being ripped off. Since 2020, we're seeing that a lot of people ain't got money like that. A lot of people are behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff that I know these celebrities wish that social media would go away.
Yeah.
And it
It
won't.
was a lot easier before social media.
Right. That's all I was saying. I popped in to say my little ones and twos. Don't eat me up in the comments, y'all. Be nice.
Have a good one, sis.
You too.
All right. Okay, hold on. We have. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. I see we have another caller, but thank you, Mia. Thank you, Mia Lynn, for the donation, for the super sticker. It is thoroughly appreciated. Like I said, thank you all to everybody who sends a Cash App, a super chat, a super sticker, a PayPal, whatever you send in, I appreciate. Oh, and Mia sent another one. She said, Happy New Year. Much love. Thank you so much, Mia. You are really appreciated. Like I said, all donations are really appreciated. Okay. And now we have another caller. Hello. How are you?
Hi, Jovi. How are you?
I'm good.
I love it. I really, 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 really want to piggyback off the um a little bit of everything, but mainly the mainly like as far as the Monique versus like Taraji, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until I don't believe sometimes you have to go through something before you can really speak to it. And it wasn't until she got over there with Weird Oprah
Mm-hmm.
and all of the weird things that go on her sets. Like, have you ever known Oprah to really put anybody that wasn't weird on outside of Ayanna Van Dam? I
She
have
weird.
heard, I haven't heard.
She's weird.
She's weird too, but like no, like none of the original Color Purple artists really went that weren't already established.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't. None of those artists went far. Oprah kind of has like a only one person can shine, one black woman can shine around her.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen any other her push any other black woman to stardom or to fame. It's almost like when you go over there, she crushes you.
Oh,
In my
almost.
opinion, I don't feel
Okay.
like nobody can shine too bright around her.
Maybe. There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah. And then when it comes to like and even like the treatment, like and it's coming from a lot of the people, how we have to have a rental car. I'm Taraji P. Henson. I'm gonna
You
get in a
supposed to
rental
drive
car.
me. Yeah. And then you got fools like Fantasia out here talking about, but I like to drive. And no shade, but
But
like
but you're
she
Fantasia. I mean not like
she
that.
doesn't even she's not an actress, so she doesn't know how things are supposed to. You're not supposed to drive. You're like, you're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do that. So she's trying to act like, oh, well, I'm okay with it. Because again, just like piggybacking off what you said, you don't know better until you get in that position and see how
Mm-hmm.
things are really done. And then
Mm-hmm.
you realize, damn, I'm taking an L. Like you at a
Mm-hmm.
job, you think you doing great because you make $100,000, to come to find out the girl sitting next to you make $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
You
With
thought
less
it was with
experience.
less experience. You thought it was all good until you realized the reality of the
Mm-hmm.
situation.
And some people have better negotiation skills. They're coming in the door understanding what it is to bargain,
Mm-hmm.
and other people don't, and it's different contracts. And even I don't even really know the full Vivica compared to Taraji. I don't even know what the real beef is, but I can see where Vivica has some jealousies there, because the contract she's signing was not the same that Taraji is signing. So
Mm.
I'm sure that she's looking like, you're doing a lot of complaining for the women who were, patriarchs into this situation. I'm sure they took a lot of L's and had to go through a lot, curve a lot of casting couches too.
Mm.
And I think that's what she's really trying to lay. What's his name? Christian, where he's saying you had to take the scenic route, because
Mm-hmm.
the direct route was in somebody's bed or some weird crap going on. So I think that's what she's been faced with that. And it's that whole, do you want, how high up do you want to go? It's certain stuff you got to sacrifice. Most of the time it's your soul or your character or your morals and values, because she hasn't hit that threshold of the mega millionaires, but
Yeah.
those people are soulless, to be quite honest.
Mm.
But yeah, and then when it comes to Mr. Funky Dineva and Flame, they both have negative things about themselves, but just in two different ways.
Okay.
Like Funky, I feel like he has mommy issues. His mommy didn't hug him enough, and so he takes it out. When he gets in his moods, he's had one too many drinks. He goes at black women real hard, and
Yeah.
I can't, 100% get with him, because I know he can go left, and if he don't like you, and it's 100% Claudia that he has a problem with, and you give him 2 3 weeks, he's gonna go to her neck, and he's gonna and he's
He
probably
gonna
gonna
tell
go,
it.
he's gonna go too far too, because that's just, he has no coof sometimes. What he said about um Chloe Bailey, I didn't appreciate. What he had to say about Blue Ivy, I didn't appreciate. He goes real far, and then Flame, he goes real far in a whole opposite
In the
direction.
opposite direction. Yeah.
Exactly.
I get
Whereas he
it.
be trying to ride with us, and it's because he's technically bisexual, because he has had
Yeah.
biological children, so he has a love hate relationship, in my opinion, with women, in the respect that I have a belief as to why a lot of men are DL. People think it's because of the opinions of males to them, but I think people don't pay a lot of attention to the fact that when women do not accept men as bisexual, the moment we know you like any kind of man, is a whole segment of the women population that does not want you, that will not deal with you. And if he come out and say that, then he lose access to those women.
Mm.
And I think that's what motivates most people to stay DL, women and men, because you lose access to the type of people you will want, that they no longer are attracted, or even want to even maintain friendships and things. You lose a lot when you decide to, choose that lane. So I
Mm.
think that plays a lot, and then it builds up a lot of hatred and resentment. And I feel that's where Flame, he's in that realm where, yeah, he loves us, but he has a lot of resentment and stuff, because some places he will never be accepted in.
Mm.
And you know I think that's what fused both of them to just do stuff that's just too much. So they both can shut up.
All right.
I don't care about that little beef. Whatever. Y'all get over it. And as far as Tasha, she's an agitator. I think people do. She loves, absolutely loves. If people going left, Tasha want to go right just because it's fun over there. Just go get on y'all and agitate y'all. I don't think she stands hard on any of half the beef she have. And this Kevin Hart thing is bogus. That woman ain't never on planet Earth said you have to give me X amount of money for me to do this interview. That was a lie. I know I don't believe Kevin at all, especially because he did the same thing to his best friend. When he get caught up and he's about to be exposed, he wants to throw a rock and hide his hand.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I feel like he's doing in this situation. And he's going to get exposed for that too. Because Tasha didn't do that. Because he went from saying Tasha did it to, oh, it was a male that did it to now it was through once again the same thing he said with his best friend through email. So it went from a conversation to now it was an email. Boy, boo, you lying. You're lying. I don't believe him. I'm sorry. He needs way more people. Way more people. But that's all I want to say.
All right, girl. Have a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, before I go into the next caller, thank you, Mia, again for another donation. Like I said, all donations are thoroughly appreciated. All of it helps. I appreciate it so much. Hey, Bree.
Hey, boo. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, girl. This week
Hey,
has been
beautiful
just
drop-ins.
saucy.
Listen, let me start off with least to great. Okay, so KATT Williams broke the internet. He literally did what needed to be done. I love it. I love somebody who can stand in their truth, even though he's been speaking the same truth for years. It's finally resonating with people. And shout out to Club Shay Shay because he went up to, you need to send that man some cigars and some cognac for the success he brought to your platform. I mean, 40 million views in
Shit.
6 days as a
Wow.
black podcaster, baby, you
Wow.
doing Joe Rogan numbers. Okay, get up in it. Um, I will say this: I'm happy for Tory Hart. Do what you need to do because Kevin ain't ever tried to put you on. He
Nope.
wanted to keep you behind the scenes, and that, quite frankly, is disgusting and disparaging because
Mm-hmm.
this woman was the epitome of your success. Like, let's call a thing a thing. Moving on to Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva looked crazy. He looked crazy last night. I don't care what nobody said. He looked crazy the night before. He went and got the raggediest wig he could
I
find
did
and
see
threw
that.
it
I
on
did
some
see a thing of the wig. I was like, damn, he didn't even comb out the wig, child. I guess.
went and got some old Viva La Mac lipstick to put on and came up there inebriated. I don't care what he was saying, talking about he had makeup in his eye. No, baby, you had that liquor was speaking to you. Okay, and probably some other things because you did not look well. You did not look healthy. It showed how envious you were. He hit up that live because he couldn't believe that they went and got Flame Monroe to host for the week. I've never seen anybody lash out like that from a place they quit. It's given he was fired. I don't care what he's saying. People love to lie and play in our faces. Until he could post receipts that it was a contract issue, baby, you a liar. All right.
Mm.
Now, as for Tasha K was getting her lick back. How dare you go on a platform and say the things that you say and have this heifer all up in my business, scrubbing through my financial records, looking for money I said I don't have. So, yeah, she could have been petty. And either way it is, that's what you get because you just started to be like, oh, we was friendly, but now you couldn't have been too friendly. You sat up there comfortably and drunk with Claudia and Al talking about,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she ain't gonna pay her. She said she was gonna do this in Africa and all this other things. He brought
That was
more issues to
crazy.
her than
Yes.
praise. So I don't care what they talk about that. As far as Taraji P. Henson, sis has not been well since she broke up with that man, ran off to Bali, and then came back, did that Angie Martinez interview. She's been spiraling ever since. So I don't think it has anything to do with her unfair payment. I think she doesn't know how to negotiate contracts. She had people on her team that was not getting the best deals, they were leaving money on the table. So when Vivica said what she said, it's because Vivica knows how to negotiate a contract deal. We ain't never heard Vivica crying about nothing. She knows how to go make that money. And that's that hustler ambitions of the old school versus the new school. Now, was she being shady? Probably, but she worked with Taraji, so she know who Taraji really is. That's why she said, "Oh, hey, darling, I don't know, but I love that all the queens are standing up." Now that was shade in itself. So while Gabrielle Union is throwing these likes on Twitter, baby, you need to focus on why that man is out here living his best life without you before your teeth come out. Okay, Miss Mamas, focus on the things that had at the hand that you dealt with, Miss 50/50. I just think it's crazy, but y'all get
It's
these likes
so
up.
sad that that she is considered. We call her Miss 50/50 now. Like
That's what she is.
all that beauty gone for what? For
Waste of
what?
pretty. A waste of pretty. And it wasn't like she wasn't getting the top men. She was paying for them. And that's the saddest thing of all. When a pretty woman is paying for these men. You had him not even claiming his, what she call him, the break baby, just for Asia to come around and turn the whole world against you. Y'all, the jokes just write themselves. But y'all get these likes up, support your favorite content creator. Y'all know, as Black media, we deserve a little something now. Y'all know we fighting against the machine. Share this live, send a donation. Y'all don't see no popcorn ceilings. And welcome back, Jovi. Stop leaving us, okay?
I'm gonna
I'm
stop.
tired of saying welcome back now. No, let me drop down so other people can come up.
All right. Hold on. Let me check on my Instagram. Is Instagram going? What's wrong with Instagram? Hold on. Let me find out. Instagram got a time limit or something. Okay, it look okay. Okay, I have one more person. Hello, Ron. Hello. Hello. Turn your mic on. Well, your mic is on. All right. If you could fix it, you could come back up. But hit me if you could fix it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so let me jump into these comments a little bit. It's a little something. I am Quiche on Instagram. Ooh, I think Instagram froze. Okay, I think Instagram froze, so we ain't gonna mess with Instagram right now. I think they have a time limit. Might be. I think it's an hour, because looking at it's an hour and 2 minutes. Okay, so now I know. Hello everybody. Hello Nadi. Hello Keisha, Trish, Shay. How's everyone doing? Trying to see. He told Tasha K's business. You need blunt and honest in your delusional room because Funky always hops in women's business. I hear Caribbean women complaining too. I think it's across the diaspora. I think it's across the diaspora. I don't really think it's just Black American men. I think all of them. I'm not even gonna say just Black men. I think all of them are fucking losing their damn minds. She said Kaya Woods was the one getting mollywopped. That's what I thought when I heard. I was like, what's Tyler Woods the one getting fucked up? But shit, he's still paid, so that woman won't open her mouth, okay? Being in the courtroom, the flight list, please read the documents. The list of people ain't out yet. I'm waiting on it. Taraji had mentioned the pay disparity after she was in Benjamin Button. She spoke before Mo did. Come on, y'all. Well, that is true. She did say that. And I read and saw how much money she made, I was like, damn. Because she was one of the stars of the show. Like, it was only like 3 main people in that whole damn movie, okay? Brad Pitt, the girl he was in love with, and Taraji. And his dad popped up in like 5 minutes in the beginning and like 5 minutes at the end. That was it. Everybody else was just like a come through Brad Pitt's life. They didn't really last that long. Oh damn! I hurt my damn knuckle. All right. Cat doesn't have his tour unless they have Cat doesn't have comics on his tour unless they have talent. I agree. She said, Shay said Gabrielle is gorgeous. She can have anybody. Why settle for 50-50? Because when you don't know your value, nobody's going to tell you. Because if you don't know your value, these niggas ain't going to tell you. They are not going to tell you, oh my God, I can get a bad bitch on discount. Oh my God. It's a lot of women out here that I be like, you taking a hard L because you don't even realize your worth. That's just the reality of the situation sometimes. Some women are like that. They don't understand their value. And it is what it is. There's a bunch of ugly ass women out here who be winning. Why? Because they know their worth. Say what you want. They know who they are, and you can't take that shit away from them. Anyway, he resents having to go back to the wig. That's why he didn't even brush the wig. Oh my God, child. Gavin's too busy running the little boy's life. All right, y'all. So we're going to get out of here. Okay, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate you all for coming. Right? Yeah. So as always, well, we had a good conversation today. We spoke about a lot more things than we intended to, but it was really fun. I really love coming up here. Nonetheless, please don't forget to like this video, like it on your way out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already subscribed. Come over here, subscribe to the Jovi Beauty Show. All right, and don't forget you can donate to me. My Cash App is on the screen. Super chats and the super. You can always super chat even after the live is over if you want to. All that good stuff. Nonetheless, I hope you live your life like it's golden because what? There's no other way to live it. All right.